day of Renuev, and today I have Vanessa here with me, and she is a barras terapeuta. So I will have her introduce herself and tell us a little bit of what she does. Hello, Vanessa, how are you?
I am good. Thank you so much for having me, Ericka. I'm very honored. So my name is Vanessa Perez, and as Ericka mentioned, I am an Access Bars therapist. Access Bars is a form of therapy that aligns with the philosophy of access consciousness. Pretty much the quickest way that I describe what it is it's a therapy that helps with the mind, emotions, body, and spirituality. It just helps in all areas, and it is a way to unblock you from anything that currently holds you back in your current life, whether it's something in your past or something in your present that is a blockage and is keeping you from being your best self, and being able to have the tools that you need. That's what I definitely specialize in. The quickest way to kind of give an idea to people what the therapy is I like to describe it very similar to reflexology. Reflexology is points on the foot, where this is points on the head. And the points on the head correlate with different areas of our lives, and it's those different areas that the energy that's worked through in the therapy helps unblock.
So Vanessa, right now that everyone is at home, or I'm going to say probably about 80 to 90% of the people have to stay at home right now.
Yes.
How does Vanessa, the therapist, handles this time of being secluded from everyone, or from, I'm assuming you probably do go outside, just to enjoy nature, maybe to your patio or something like that, but what do you do? How do you maintain yourself busy so you're not thinking about what is going on and how crazy this is, and just negative. Like, how do you keep yourself from being or getting negative at this point or at this moment?
Well, Ericka, I'm glad that you asked. I think in my situation, and I'll do my best not to talk too much in this area because I feel very passionate about everything that you're asking about. In my particular role, I very much saw it as an opportunity to practice what I preach. Not only do I offer the therapy to my clients, but whenever my clients come and see me, the first 10-15 minutes, we always do a check-in. And we kind of talk about whatever it is that they're going through and what they're working through and improving themselves on. And so I typically have advice, to give. And a lot of the advice that I give has had to be applied in this moment, just trying to overcome challenges. And this is definitely a very challenging moment. It very much even impacted my business. My business relies on human contact. The therapy very much relies on that. So I had to look at it as very much an opportunity to practice those things that I teach my clients. And I really utilized social media. My Facebook page is VEP Healing and Empowerment, same with my Instagram page. And so when you think to yourself, okay, well, how can we continue to contribute to what everybody is going through? Because that's how I've always seen my therapy, as a contribution to humanity, to people's lives. I started to think, how else can I continue to contribute, and how can I model everything that I've preached before, so that I can more than ever be able to support my clients with all the challenges that we're going through. And not just my clients, just everyone in general. And part of it has very much been the power of perspective and power of choice. Everything is perspective. Everything is a choice. Whatever situation you are in that very moment, you have a choice of how to react to that situation. So the power is very much in our reaction to things. And so this was very much an opportunity to be able to choose, how am I going to react to this. I could react with fear, or I could react with faith and believe that this is something that is part of a universal plan to, one, give our Mother Earth a breather, two, give the opportunity of so many of us that would say, I wish I had more time with my spouse, I wish I had more time with my kids. Well, guess what? Here it is.
Now you have the time.
Now you have time to play games. I hadn't played Monopoly, I don't think, ever. I got to learn Monopoly for the first time. I got to learn it, with my wife and my niece, who are my two people that I've been quarantined with. So it just has really, I see it as a moment to decide, to make a choice as to what it is that you're going to decide to do. And when you ask me how have I handled it, I've chosen to utilize my social media by being very intentional. Even a little bit before all of this happened, I had started doing a daily on the story part of our social media, not necessarily the post, but the story section. I had kind of started trying to capture as many moments during the day to be able to find those moments of appreciation and moments of gratitude. The little things, something as small as how wonderful bacon smells as it's cooking on the stove, or just the smallest of things that sometimes we take for granted. When clothes come out of a dryer and they feel nice and warm and it feels so good to touch. Yeah, those kind of things. And those are the kind of things I've been really trying to push and post so that people could start to recognize it in their own lives. Because I feel that that's part of the choice, is we've got to be grateful, because obviously things can change. And that's something else that this has taught us. Life can change in an instant. So it's very much about appreciating the moment. And so when you ask me how have I handled it and what have I done, those are some of the things that I made the choice to do during this challenging time.
Yes. And so basically, like the way I understand what you're saying is like, this is happening. There's absolutely nothing we can do about it. However, we do have the choice of choosing to be content, right? And saying, okay, well, this is happening. This is what I can do about it. Or fear and stare at the news all day and watch Facebook posts of all the negative people that are out there. And then just by the end of the night, you're probably going to be afraid to just go to sleep. Because if you see the news and see all the negative stuff, I think you're going to be wondering, am I even going to wake up tomorrow? What's going to happen? Am I even going to be allowed to go outside anymore? So it's basically a choice. We can, and I think it's not just what's happening right now. It's everything around. Every time we have problems, or I want to say every time we wake up, we have the choice of seeing everything as positive or just being negative about everything.
Yes, there's two things that come to mind, Ericka, with what you're mentioning. One of them is a proverb. It's a Native American proverb that I feel like is very much aligned to everything that we're saying. It is a very short story of a grandparent that's talking to his grandson, and he's telling him the story that there are two wolves that live inside of us. And it's an internal battle that these two wolves always have. One of them gets fed with fear, anxiety, all of the negative emotions. And then the other one is fed with love, light, joy, peace, all of the other more positive traits. And the little boy says, well, which one is the one that lives? And the grandpa answers, well, the one that you feed. So I find that very short proverb so powerful, because it's true. What are you going to feed? Are you going to feed the negativity, or are you going to feed the positivity? Which one is it that you're going to give the energy to? Because at the end of the day, it's going to get fed, whether you're realizing or not. Your thoughts are very powerful, and we're constantly thinking in the moment, and those thoughts, there's there's energy tied to those thoughts. And those are the things that you're attracting and that you're flowing with. And so when you maintain yourself on Facebook looking at the news and worrying about what's going to happen tomorrow and next week, instead of living in the moment and just appreciating what's in your present, you're giving yourself, you're feeding the certain wolf that is going to have you have a certain type of day, a certain type of life. It definitely impacts the way that your day-to-day looks like. So that's one that I just, as you were talking through all that, that's a proverb that I keep in mind as my rule of thumb when talking about that.
Yes, because, whatever you're feeding your wolves or your brain or your other self or your soul, it's what you're releasing. At the same time, it is what you're attracting. So a lot of times we wonder, why am I not being successful? Why am I not able to do this? Why? But we don't really see what we're feeding our brain and what we're feeding our soul. So it's just, like running in a circle and coming back for us and just, it reminds me of that little rat that it's circling and circling and circling, and it is exactly what we're doing with whichever way we're feeding our soul and our brain. And so what would be things that you recommend others that don't know about bars or like to do during this time? What do you recommend for them to maybe, like little tips that you would say, okay, well, you know what, guys, maybe change this for that, or try to see this, or watch that, or read this, or what would you say?
I think that can be a very complex question depending on the individual, because I think we're all in different areas of our lives where we all have different knowledge of different things within our spirituality, within just in general of what we've learned about life. And then I also think we all have different responsibilities. Some of us have kids. Some of us have maybe we're in a job that was very reliant on the public. Maybe some of us are an essential employee, out in the front lines dealing with everything that's going on. So I think that it is very crucial and important that every person reflects upon themselves, because I think the biggest thing that comes with remembering perspective and choice is self-power. We have the power. We have the choice to decide, am I going to feel this way or am I going to feel this way? So before any other suggestions or anything else, or the cliches of reading this book or doing this or doing that, it is absolutely important that this time is taken to reflect upon yourself. What have you always wanted to do? What have you always been drawn to and you never had the time to do so? Were you always wanting to learn a certain something? In this day and age, and this is coming from an educator, part of what I also do other than therapy is I'm an educator. I was a teacher and now I coach teachers as something else that I do. So coming from an educator, for me to say this on the fact that it's not just learning from a university or from an institution. In this day and age, we have YouTube, we have Google, we have a plethora of knowledge and information that's out there, that right now is the time that you can learn anything you've ever wanted to learn, because we now have the time to do so. And ask yourself, what would be something that I could watch today that would change my life, that would make my life look completely different in 5 years? That is a very powerful question to always ask yourself. Is what I'm doing right now going to put me in a better place 5 years from now? So I think to answer your question as far as what would be the best thing for people to do, number one is self-reflection. Do like a kind of a self-assessment of really remembering, what were you into as a kid? What were you into, growing up? What ended up coming up in your life that blocked you from being able to access those goals or those things? And then find out, how can I get myself back to it? Maybe to do this, and it might be too out there to actually get to that profession, but what videos, what books, what activities could you do in this moment that at least would help you gain a better knowledge to it, so that things could possibly change for you. Something that I've learned a lot with my therapy that comes with access consciousness is the power of asking yourself the question, of connecting with the universe and asking the universe the question. That's why you see in my posts a lot that I always ask, what else is possible? ¿Qué más es posible? How does it get better than this? And it's because the power of the question in itself is very powerful. So asking yourself as soon as you wake up, how can I make myself better today? How can I be more connected? How can I be my best self today? And when you ask the question and you release the question, the universe has no choice but to answer you in return. But it is up to you to remain open in receiving that. Not sitting there looking for the answer, but just enjoying the moment, appreciating the moment, and then the awareness will come. But just very much a lot of that. Just a lot of self-reflecting, a lot of self-initiative. I guess I'd end that question with something else that I saw recently on social media. It had said something along the lines of, if you don't learn something new, make yourself better, by the time that we come out of this, then you don't lack time, you lack discipline. So it's just very much, yes. And I completely agreed with that, because it really is up to us. It's up to us, and it's up to that choice, the power of choice of how you can make yourself better.
And it's funny how you say, like, learn something. If you've always wanted to do something and then you say discipline, well, it's proven that it only takes 21 days to make a new habit. So if we're not supposed to come out till May 3rd, we have, taking up today and yesterday, we have 26 days.
Wow.
1, 2, 3, 4, 30 days. So
oh my goodness.
Even if you start tomorrow, you still have more than 21 days to start a new habit. And it's just a matter of figuring out, what is it that I want to be when this is over? Do I want to be fat? Because I know there's a lot of people that it's eating really bad, right? Or do I want to be healthier? Do I want to be stressed all the time? And when this is over, imagine the stress. Like all those people that had to lose jobs, that have to keep working. I was wondering, if they're not, let's say the kids don't go back to school for this school year, right? Are they going to have 2 months of summer vacation, or are they going to be still in school recouping the time they were out? And I'm like, oh my goodness, the teachers have not stopped working. And if they have to recoup that time they were out, when are they going to be out? So that's like a lot of stress. And if you don't know how to handle it, maybe this is a perfect time to say, okay, let me see what's out there to manage my stress, or to better manage my schedule so that I can be more disciplined, or so that I can be running like a crazy headless hen all day, right? And if I practice it every day for 21 days, it's a new habit. So when you go back to normal, maybe you have new disciplines, or maybe you got smaller, or maybe you eat healthier, or maybe now it's not so hard to work out, or it's just a matter of perspective and discipline, right?
Oh, there we go. I hear you.
I'm like,
no, don't worry. I hear you.
And right now, so you were talking about appreciation and gratitude, right? And I was wondering, how can someone become, I don't want to say disciplined, but grateful in a way that it's not forced on yourself? Like I see your post, right? And like you're outside and look, I'm enjoying the weather, the sun, I'm grateful for A, B, and C. How can you do it, or how can you get to that point to where it's not forced upon you? Like, I'm sure we're grateful for a lot of things, but we've gotten to a point where we don't notice any of that, and we're just grateful for the blessings that happen every now and then, right? So how does Vanessa do that? How can I start doing it? Like, what would you tell me if I wanted to be grateful in that way?
Okay, I'm so glad that you are asking these questions, Ericka, because you are very spot on in the fact that, in a way, I knew exactly what you were trying to say with mentioning that it does take some discipline. It really does. Because gratitude, in order to find moments of gratitude and be grateful in the moment, you have to have the discipline to quiet your thoughts. A lot of our thoughts that keep us from being grateful is you're already thinking of the future. So, for example, if, let's say, we're fortunate enough to get a bonus. You get a bonus, your boss tells you that you're going to receive this bonus, your head right away goes to, oh my gosh, and what bills am I going to pay, and what am I going to do with this, and we never even took the moment to say, oh my goodness, thank you for, it's just, and that's discipline. So you were right on it. It really does take discipline of quieting the future, or, thinking about the past. Sometimes we think to ourselves, for example, the bonus, man, that's how much I'm making. If I had done this, and this, and this, I wonder how much more I could have made. So there your head's going to the past on something that you were just given in your present, that you didn't even acknowledge or fully receive with gratitude. And so you're spot on that it really does take discipline to recognize whenever you're thinking in the past or you're thinking in the future versus literally keeping yourself in the present. And that takes practice. So when you're also asking, and it's funny that you say all this, because while you were talking, I thought to myself, well, she was asking me what is something that they can do that's simple on a daily. So here's one that's very simple, and it's something that helped me in being able to develop that gratitude. And don't get me wrong, don't think that sometimes I don't revert to those things, but I feel that with practice, I'm now able to acknowledge more often than not whenever I'm not being grateful or living in the moment. But one of the simplest things that you can do is either at night or in the morning, or both times, to stop right before you get your day started and acknowledge 3 things that you're grateful for. And you want to try to avoid grateful for my home, grateful for my family, grateful, the typical cliches.
Vanessa, that was easy.
Not too easy, no. Otherwise it wouldn't require discipline. But you really want to just think of the 3 things that you could really pinpoint. When you're doing it at night, reflect on your day. Think of something that was a little win that just made you super happy that it was done, or a moment that you were able to have, a moment with one of your kids, or something that you were able to do for yourself. Like, I got to listen to one of my favorite songs on the radio on the way to the store. Whatever it is that came up, or my meal today came out really good because I had the time to actually focus on it. Whatever it is, just recognizing at least three things. And when you start building that practice, then you start naturally during the day telling yourself, like, "Ooh, I wonder if this is going to be one of my top 3 things." And so it already starts getting you in the habit of recognizing when to be grateful and what to be grateful for, and it starts building that skill. Which is why I also on my social media started posting as much as I could to show you guys just how many opportunities throughout the day really do show up. One of my favorite times of the day, Ericka, is when I wake up and the fan is on and you can see the sunlight in the window and just the overall feeling in that moment. just there's no expectations, nothing's required of me. It is just literally 60 seconds out of my day that I get to just be grateful and really appreciate the space that I am in. Because think of all the other spaces you could be in. So those are the kind of things I think could be very simple in building that skill. Because you're right, it does take.
Yes, I mean, it is a skill. It does take discipline. I mean, I can tell you that as a newbie, I downloaded this app where you can actually write, I think it says like 3 things you're grateful for. And I don't exactly remember what else you write on it. But I struggle, and it usually does the easiest. My daughter, my sister, my husband, my home. I was able to have food on my table, my work. But seeing your post actually has helped me realize that there's a lot of things that we go through every single day and we just forget and we take them for granted. I mean, just waking up, being able to breathe, being able to be healthy, and then the sunlight, like you said, the fun, the room where you're at, your bed, your sheets, everything, every single little thing. I mean, when you go out of town and you sleep in a hotel or somebody else's bed, the first thing that happens, no matter how uncomfortable your bed is, oh my goodness, I miss my bed. I miss my pillow.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean, that's one thing that you can be extremely grateful for. And it's just the simplest little thing that you do every day.
Yesterday was one that was pretty interesting to me because I lived in Phoenix for about 12 years. So I came back to El Paso about 2 years ago. So I'm always, or I was for a good while living in the world of comparison. Like, well, in Phoenix, this, and El Paso's missing this, the whole thing. Naturally. And then this is as I was building my own skill. And more than ever, I've been just really appreciating what the Sun City has to offer. Yesterday, one of the things that normally makes me crazy about El Paso is our crazy spring winds. How windy it gets out here. And I went for a walk yesterday. I sat down for a little bit, and the wind, the way that it felt on my skin, I just really tried to not focus on anything and just be in the moment. And I can't tell you, it felt like that wind was a blanket, just this blanket that was on my skin. And I was just in the moment very grateful for where I lived, for the city that I lived in. I took a lot of pride in how we've been handling everything, and all the other challenges that we've recently gone through. For example, the shooting that happened, almost a year ago. In that moment, I was able, instead of criticizing El Paso, I was able to really just be in the moment. And that wind, because it was kind of strong, it felt very strong on the senses of my skin, but it made me feel very alive. In the moment, I just felt, it almost reminded me of the same force of wind of when you're right in front of the beach, right in front of the ocean, and you feel that wind hitting your face. It was like that. It was beautiful. And I don't know if before I would have had the discipline or the awareness to be able to take in those moments. But even something as simple as that yesterday, just really appreciating the wind that was on my skin, really gave me a sense of peace and made me feel a lot of gratitude for being alive and for appreciating everything I have.
And so, as my last question, Vanessa, for people that are currently struggling with depression and now having to be forced to be inside their homes, what would you say could help them? Or what would you recommend for them to find encouragement or find gratitude, towards on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I think that this, just like we opened up this topic to begin with, this situation presents itself with a lot of choice. Because even us, and I would even be careful with saying that, because some of us may look like we're okay when in reality we're not. So I think in general, human beings, they need that human interaction. They need to be able to have that. So when that's taken from you, whether or not you have depression, it can develop into depression if you choose to view your situation a certain way. So it really goes back to choice. I think taking the opportunity that many of us have a lot of time on our hands, so reach out to your loved ones, people that you haven't talked to in years, give them a call, do the FaceTime with them. Really be careful as to what your choice of, if you're going to Netflix, what are you going to be watching? Because those things, like I told you, back to the Indian proverb, that stuff feeds the way that you feel when we watch those dramas and all of those things. Not that they're bad, but when you binge watch it for 6 hours. Exactly. No. I changed that one right away. Even when they were showing me the preview, like, no. Because, like I told you, it even though it's a show and it's fake or whatever it is, it carries energy. And so when you consume your day watching certain things, reading certain things, listening to certain music, talking to certain individuals that maybe aren't as positive, that energy is going to turn into what you're surrounded in. And so I think that especially if you have depression, just really looking for all the different things that you can expose yourself to within what's around you. Going outside, feeling the sun on your face, just that alone can be very powerful. This one's kind of out there, and someone might say that I'm crazy, but talking to whoever your higher being is, having that conversation, and any conversation, even if you're upset, if you're angry, it's the time to do so, because we have nothing else to do. And think of the possibilities of what can happen from connecting in that conversation. Whomever it is that you believe in, because that connection will manifest in building your self-growth and helping you start the journey in finding yourself. So I think more than ever now, it's just very much choice on what you're going to watch, on what you're going to do. That's really going to make a difference on your day-to-day, especially in this time.
Yes. And so based on everything that we have thought, that we have been talking about, it reminded me of this Gandhi. I don't know if it's just a saying or what it is. I just know that it was said or written by him, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it to you. And it says, "Watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Watch your words, for they become your actions. Watch your actions, for they become your habits. Watch your habits, for they become your character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny." So I think what I can take from this conversation is basically we're all going through the same thing right now. Maybe for some of us, or it's less impactful than it is for others. However, we still have the choice of how we want to look at this time and how we want to come out of this. And it's just a matter of perspective and discipline, and taking the time to really try to stay on the positive and try to let go of the negative and just keep a positive mindset and say bye-bye to the negative people, and maybe try to stay away from Netflix, or not Netflix, maybe social media, and find something fun on Netflix or Hulu or whatever things you use, or YouTube or TikTok.
Well, and the social media isn't always necessarily bad. It's what you allow yourself to engage in within it. Because there are, thankfully, a lot of people that have been trying to flip, everything and put a lot of positive messages. Like, for example, you, Ericka, you motivate me from watching what you put. It just definitely it's a moment I'm grateful for, where it brings a smile to my face. And so I definitely do not end my day without checking in on how did Ericka's day go, because it really is true, because it is something that I can fall back on that I know will crack a smile. So we know who are the individuals in our life that's going to cause our eyebrows to do this, or what's going to be the individuals in our lives that are going to make us smile, and just really give that warmth. So it really is back to choice. Choose. If you're going to be on social media, choose who you're going to be looking at and what you're going to be looking at. If you're going to choose Netflix, choose what it is that you're going to watch. Those kind of things. But one thing I really wanted to mention, Ericka, especially because you brought it up, and I think it's super important that we include in this segment, is the power of collective thinking. So about 2 weeks ago, we had put a meditation that we did live on Facebook that my wife led. She went to a meditation course in India. So I right away put her to work. I said, girl, there's hard times going on right now. So you're going to put a meditation for everybody. I'm done with all this hype and all this panic. But really, what I want to encourage, especially when you asked me, how can someone build the discipline? What can people be doing during this free time? How can someone with depression continue to help themselves? I think that there's a lot of power in self-power. But when you put many individuals, especially when every single individual involved knows their self-power and what they can do with that self-power, and then you put all of those individuals together at the exact same time, the energy that comes out of that when it is like-minded, whether it's good or it's bad, it definitely creates more. It's going to either create more chaos, more panic, or it's going to create more ease, more peace, more tranquility, more joy, because it's really up to us. So what I worry about sometimes is this saying that I saw once that said, when we are worrying, we're meditating on the negative. So think of when 10 people are worrying at the exact same time, when 20 people are worrying, when 100, when 500, when 100,000, when all of them are worrying in the exact same minute in time, what that energy is causing us, what cloud of energy that's building around us. So it could be the reason why a vaccine has not arrived, why, the finances are where it's at, and why we can't get a hold of this thing. Think of what can happen if a large amount of group of people flip their thinking and they are all meditating on the positive. The things that we can attract, the cure that we can attract. I mean, the possibilities are endless. Don't worry about, but then, scientifically this or that. No expectations. Just go with whatever it is would be the positivity of what could happen. And when everybody thinks of it at the exact same time, within the exact same minute, the power that's within that, because of our own self-power, can make a huge difference and can cause a lot of change. So if we really want to change what's happening right now, a lot of it has to do with not just self-choice, but how we react as a society, how we react as a group, and really trying to coordinate as much as you can. Prayer groups, groups of just getting together and just having fun and laughing together, meditation groups, anything that just builds that positive energy. As much as we can do of that, the more we can shift the change of what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, and nowadays, FaceTime, Zoom, or whatever you can do just to see the faces of the people you love and just enjoying their smile and just, Be grateful for it and just do it.
Absolutely.
Well, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I miss you.
I miss you guys too. I cannot wait. I got some updates of how I'm going to open things back up again because I miss you guys very, very much.